Yeah! Welcome to Several Inches Longer. The show formerly known as the Fan Controlled Show, the official companion show to fan controlled sports and entertainment. We are here in a new environment. It's all changing. It's all happening. I'm Jeff Cannata. I'm here with Josh Macuga. Josh, what is happening? What are we doing? What's going down? We got new comments. We got a new format. What's going on?
Jeff, we are currently on a new software, and I don't know if my internet is being cooperative today. It could be, it might be. I'm really not sure. But I'm here, and I'm excited to be here, Jeff, because this is we have like a really big announcement on Monday. It's the first new sport in fan-controlled sports and entertainment since we announced football. We've been working on this for a long time.
Wait, what about horse racing? Horse racing was a new sport we just announced last week.
Yeah, and apparently this horse race might not happen this weekend. I've not heard definite details.
Weather. Okay? It's weather, not because
it's
of
a weather. It's not our fault.
Act of God.
You got to blame horses, really. I mean, everybody knows. Yeah. At the end of the day, blame horses. Okay.
I've never seen a horse in the rain before, so they must not exist in the rain.
I live with horses. I live amongst horses. Horses live where I live, and in the rain, they get coats. And they hang out like under things, right? Like they don't like the rain. They are not fans of the rain. They look at the rain. Like, remember when you were a kid and like there'd be a storm outside? Well, you didn't really grow up in like stormy area, but like
we had fog. That's all we
had. Yeah. In the Boykin for MVP. Haven't seen him in ages.
What's up?
Let's go. If you like, my dad would just go out and like look at the rain, right? He would just be like, and then look at it like really disappointingly, or like if that's what horses look like when they look at the rain.
I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be on that. We had rain last night. We had a lot of rain last night here at my house, and I did a little of that too because I looked out at we have a little back deck, and I forgot to put the cover on the furniture, and I went.
There's nothing worse than looking at it and knowing full well, even if you cover it now, it'll probably make things worse.
Nothing I can do. Right? Literally, like mistakes were made, and now I just have to sit in it. I just have to ruminate in it. Yeah.
I mean, look at this chat. I haven't seen some of these people in a while. The homie Aiden is back. The Axe 012. Do I go Debo or Godwin? I think that Jeff Cannata would answer.
Well, I would. Debo is there's just too many weapons. He's not like your go-to guy now. He's just one of many go-to guys.
Yes.
So I don't know. I might go.
You might go Godwin, huh?
I might go Godwin.
Whoa.
I don't know.
God for the win there, as opposed to, the usual God for the better prey. Damn it. John Gary says, when do you expect an FCF announcement? Actually, relatively soon. It's
Monday,
not Monday.
I believe. Monday is. Well, no, Monday is not FCF. Monday is FCSE announcement.
Yes, a big FCSE announcement. There is a new letter in the fan-controlled universe. At the end, there's an FC. We've known about FCF. We've played 2 seasons. We are preparing for FCH, fan-controlled hoops.
Yeah.
We talked about fan-controlled stables last week for a horse race.
Yes.
Possibly happening this weekend. Hopefully happening this weekend. Live from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. We'd be commenting on the last 2 races. And on Monday, you're going to see it across some major social media platforms, along with our social media platforms, along with like the press, Jeff, right? Yeah. There are things happening on Monday in a major sport in America. It's not an international sport.
Ooh.
It's a type of sport that is international, but the type of this sport is only in domestic. It's only here in the United
Competitive eating.
You got it, buddy. It's only chicken parms. It's just
fan-controlled face stuffing.
FCFS. Yes. The fixes. And if you guys pay attention on Monday, I am telling you this right now. I think what we do in football is amazing, right? You guys get to call the plays, right? The next announcement for FCF hopefully will be in November. We got some really good news yesterday. I will tell you this. There will be a big announcement about fan-controlled football before you open up presents under a Christmas tree. I'm saying that right now.
I opened my presents in late October.
Oh, farts. Son of a bee. And
it's my family's tradition.
Is that what it is, Jeff? Is that the Cannata? You know what?
It's the Cannata. You know, we all gather around the Halloween fern.
They've already got a plan, Jeff. You could have just said pumpkin. They've already got one. They've already got their own plant. You don't even need to introduce another plant.
we missed the memo on pumpkins, unfortunately. We're like, all these ferns. We go to the fern patch and we pick out our fern.
The fern maze they put out there in the pumpkin patch, Jeff.
You know how hard it is to carve a fern, dude?
Oh God, it's crazy. It's like it's kind of like what they talked about in Jurassic Park. It's like you didn't ask if you could. You should have asked if you should. That's what they think about ferns, Jeff. It's about ferns. It's about that Halloween fern. No, the FCF announcement. I mean, it could even happen before you carve that Halloween turkey that you're usually carving. I'm sorry, the Halloween crow that you usually rip apart.
To eat. Yeah. I always eat crow. You know me. I'm always eating crow. Yeah.
But JMP in there, G-Man Porto, my guy. I don't want to wait till our lives to be over. Monday, I'm telling you, keep your eyes peeled. And I will say, the fan experience in football is unlike any other football league, right? You get to call the plays, you get to be a part of like the coaching staff, right? And that's an amazing thing. And as we expand fan controlled football, it'll just get bigger and better. And we're working on some cool tech. Okay.
Yeah.
What is going to happen on Monday? What the fans are going to get the opportunity to do in this sport? There's two big things and a third huge thing that you're going to want to be glued to the app at all times, doing all the picks and polls all the time, glued to the app, Jeff.
This is what I always tell my wife, baby. There's two big things and a third huge thing.
That's a show name. And a third huge thing. John Gary, do you have to plan to have more news in the app? Yes, the app is the hub. The app is actually live right now. If you want to go, if you look the fan controlled app, it's what your FCF app was. If you were an FCF downloader and you had the app, it has updated to the control app.
Control.
It's all about control. It's no longer just FCF, Jeff. There are many different things in there.
You got to control it all.
Racer24524 says, I'm on the app, Jeff. I'm on the app.
Get on that app.
Get in that app. Just get in that app. Apping, Jeff. Just be apping all the time.
Apping. Always be apping.
What you're going to have an opportunity to do as a fan and in this new sport is actually pretty amazing. And it's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a ton of fun. So all next week, there are huge votes happening in the app. And the next 2 weeks, there are huge votes, all leading up to a weekend in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You don't even have to wait that long.
Incredible.
The votes go live. You vote. Stuff happens. More votes. More stuff happens. More votes. Even more stuff happens. We're talking about a live stream with some cool personalities, with some big names in big sports.
Man, I love it. I cannot wait to get the details because it sounds very exciting.
Yes.
I want another letter after my F and my C.
Yes.
And I think the goal of fan controlled sports and entertainment should be to have all the letters.
All of them.
We should do full alphabet, FCZ.
Zebra racing. Go. Let's quiz me on
zip line. Fan controlled zip lining. FCQ.
That would be QWERTY. Shoot. Wait.
Quidditch.
Quidditch. Boom. Nailed it. Fan controlled Quidditch. Got it.
FCW.
Well, wrestling, obviously.
There you go. Wrestling.
Nailed it.
FCX.
That would be BMX racing.
Ooh, I love it.
Yep.
We got all the letters. We're gonna have all the letters.
Or equestrian. Or
CrossFit.
There you go.
Controlled CrossFit.
Build the damn course. The fans build the course. Hey, you want to punch a lion in the next CrossFit Games? That's what you do.
Do it.
Boom.
You have control because you got the app. It says control right on it.
Yes, right in there.
I love
it. You name a letter, we're gonna fill it with a sport. Okay.
Yes.
That's what we're all about. And a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes has been pretty awesome with Monday's announcement. We've been very excited to announce it. We've been waiting for a lot of dominoes to fall in order to announce this when we do. And one of those dominoes fell this week, and that was the app going live. So the app is live right now.
Yep.
If you look in there, if you go into fan-controlled stables, there's fan-controlled football, there's fan-controlled stables, and there's another one. I'm not going to say what it is. So if you're in the app, you can go look at it. I'm not going to officially announce anything yet, but that third one is where some big announcements will be coming. There you go.
Oh, look at that. Just point your phone at the screen. It's so easy.
Oh, wait, my finger disappeared. Jeff, put your finger on it. Put your finger on it. Oh, look, it has a highlighter thing on it. Just do that highlight thing again.
Wait, put it back up. Put it back up.
Put it back up. Do it again. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Make out with that QR code.
Yeah, do it. Do it up. Just point your phone right there. You get the app. You're in it. You're ready to control everything.
Boom. And so, but what you're going to be able to do in our new partner sport is going to be a ton of fun. And we hope it goes on for many years to come, and then eventually grows and grows and grows until, one day, we got our own, it's maybe our own league. I don't know.
Yeah.
You start small, you keep building, Jeff. But what I will say is, if you go in there now, Jeff, if you go into the Control app and you go into fan controlled stables, which is where we will be hopefully this weekend on Saturday, live from the Meadowlands, weather permitting, 6 to 9 Eastern or 6:30 to 9:30, kind of depending on where we are in there. But when we go live, we'll let you know. We'll tweet it out. We'll show it to everybody, and we'll go live, and you're going to see it. You're going to be able to watch and do some picks and pulls along with a horse race. We're going to interview horses. We're going to interview jockeys. Did I say horses, Jeff? Yeah. I said we're interviewing
horses. A horse?
We're going to interview many horses.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Ed.
Don't sing that song again, Jeff.
That was my Mr. Ed impression. I could do the whole thing.
I know.
In fact, I left out a whole verse last time that I still don't know.
Whoa.
It's okay. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, please don't. I will say, Jeff, up now in fan-controlled stables is a poll. Who's the better TV horse? Is it Mr. Ed or is it Silver, from Lone Ranger? Hi-Ho Silver. Okay.
Well, Silver had so little to do. Mr. Ed carried that show.
Wow, Jeff.
He carried that show.
You kind of sound like a Skylar White defender in Breaking Bad. Well, she really had a lot to carry. She was awful. Everybody knows it.
I mean,
her husband was a great meth dealer, Jeff. Okay? Don't you talk about Walter White.
Yeah, hi-ho Silver. Yeah, the horse rears back. Fine, sure. But does the horse go like this? For hours at a time? No, it does not.
Just feeding him peanut butter nonstop.
Naysayers.
Boom. Got it. Oh.
Very good.
Okay. The new software is tough. There we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Just getting used to the new software here, Jeff.
I'm into it.
Used to it. So we'll be live from the Meadowlands there on Saturday, so everybody can tune in. But if you go into fan controlled stables now, you'll see tons of different picks. We had some picks last night for baseball. We'll hopefully have some for tonight, depending on if my admin tool is working. I'll get it working. We're throwing some baseball. We're going to throw in some NBA, some NHL. But every night, all the time, if you go in and answer those polls, Jeff, and you answer those picks correctly, you earn tokens. You earn gold. Okay, you earn coins, and then you can start buying your sweet little avatar guy stuff. I just got him sunglasses, and he looks awesome.
That's what's so cool is that it's pan sport, right? So you can go across the sports, earn, focus on what you're interested in, or find interest in things you didn't know you liked.
Yeah,
cool. It's cool.
And I will say it's become a little addicting to me because I see my little coins like they're growing. And I'm getting more and more coins. And I'm thinking to myself, well, and this is like in real life, right? I just bought a new pair of shoes for a wedding, right? And I'm thinking I got to get my Famitar some shoes, right? But I can't afford those shoes. So I have to keep betting and I have to keep picking correctly. And also next week is you're going to learn something about the app that will be very, very integral in earning and winning a unique, one-of-a-kind, never happened in the world before fan experience. Ever.
What?
This has never happened before. I did my research, and I'm not a very good researcher, but from what I found, this has never happened before.
Googling it one time.
Never happened before. Yeah.
And this is Monday we find this out.
This is Monday, Jeff. So everybody tune in for that. John Gary says, what about a fan-controlled lacrosse league? We have talked to some people in lacrosse. Lacrosse is a niche sport right now. It's I mean, unlike horse racing, I guess, but what I'm going at here is that it's one of those sports where there's not a ton to control. So for us to go after that, the partnership has to really make sense, and the league has to be really into the idea of like, okay, we can widen the goal, or we can take the goalie stick away, or we can like add a player, or we can like make the crease. We can do something different to the sport. And that PLL is really the only game in town, and it's still relatively small in comparison to other sports that we're trying to work with. So,
all right.
But it is a good thought. And John Gary also asked, do you still plan to get Jerry Kurtz on? It's Kurz. There's no T in there. If it was Kurtz, he would have been in, Jeff. What movie would he have been in if it was Kurtz?
Apocalypse Now.
Thank you very much. You are correct, sir. There's very few people in this world that I know when I talk to that I can give movie trivia that will get it 99% of the time. Okay. And that, sir, is you. That's you.
I try.
Okay. But we plan to get on Jerry Curzon when we make a football announcement, which again, I am confident will be extremely soon. Jerry Kurz will be our first guest. He will be our first guest.
We will curse his name.
Curse him. And let me tell you something about Jerry Kurz. He is an absolute legend. Yeah. I've never met a guy that I wish was my grandpa more than Jerry Kurz.
That's saying something. Okay. Because you've met a lot of grandpas.
I know a lot of grandpas. Okay. And unfortunately, in my life, my grandpa's died when I was very young. But when I was in the bubble, Jerry Kurz was like my grandpa. Josh, listen. He's the best. He's the absolute best. Fitz 23994. What about fan-controlled baseball? There is very deep discussions about fan-controlled baseball. Let us tell you. The hard part about fan-controlled baseball is that in order to pull off fan-controlled baseball, we need to get an entire league on board.
Yeah.
It's hard to just control one team. But that's not out of the realm of possibility. Believe us, we have discussed it, and that is in business plans. We have other things we are getting to. One, which is a super passion of mine that we'll have an announcement about very soon, as well as this new announcement. I mean, this last part of 2023 into 2024, Jeff, it'll be like, man, let me think. What it'll be like. What will it be like? Okay. Remember in school, like right after Halloween, okay, when you had 2 months of school left, but really you were just counting down the days to Christmas break, and it felt like every
down
day.
My fern and
putting up your turkey, taking down your turkey, putting up your tree. Okay. Remember how like that ball kept rolling, and then like Christmas commercials would start?
Oh yeah, right? It's just nonstop. It's the holiday season,
right? And then as soon as like the new year hit, you're like, man. Like Christmas break is over. I got to go back to school.
There's nothing to look forward to.
No.
All I have to look forward to is tax season.
It's the worst. But guess what, Jeff? Not anymore. Not with fan-controlled sports and entertainment. The gift is going to keep on giving into 2024.
I got control. I want fan-controlled tax season.
Jeff,
can I do that?
Do you want fans to do your taxes? You're goddamn right you do.
Yes.
Sir, you owe taxes here. How many? We're not sure. The fans did them.
The fans,
real bad.
It's not good. In fact, I think they're putting a lien on your house.
Yes. Racer24524 says, fan-controlled soccer? Jeff, that has been in discussion. Ooh. That is a very fun idea.
Listen, as somebody who this very last weekend watched my 7-year-old and his teammates play 3 games back-to-back at a soccer tournament for youths. I wish I had some control over what was happening. Literally any control.
Go on.
Literally any control over what those little kids were doing, man.
Man, that is, I get it, man. As somebody that has sat through many of my nieces and nephews' soccer games, there's a reason. I'm going to tell you this right now. There is a reason why soccer is not the most popular sport in this country. And I'm going to tell you the reason right now is because every mom and dad is forced to watch youth soccer for hours on end. And there isn't many things worse than youth soccer. Seriously. They get the ball down, they kicks it back. They get the ball down. And that's why they force their kids into other sport. Now, had we lived in a soccer rabid country where they're actually good at soccer and like the parents care about and they teach their kids soccer, instead, it's just guys like you and I going like, well, it's time for soccer. We have taught you nothing because we don't know anything.
Yeah. We were throwing the football around 2 minutes ago, but now go play soccer.
Freddie Emerald, I feel like trying to control 7-year-olds playing soccer might actually make it worse. No. Here's how you control it. You get to control when the game ends. You're like, nope, it's done now.
All done. Well, we can stop again. Everybody wins.
It's over. It's Jay Spacely says, is hoops still on schedule to come before football? No, I don't think so. I don't know the definite answer to that, but I don't think so. Hoops is the hoops idea is incredible, and what we would be able to pull off with hoops would be amazing. Hoops has just proved to be never say never. I think it's an amazing idea. I think what we could pull off with hoops would change the actual game of basketball, and I think it will happen in 2024. I just don't think it'll happen to be before football.
Okay,
but I think that hoops, depending on the broadcast partner and depending on some investment, maybe even like a partnering of a sport with our tech and our idea with another league, would be the way to go. The problem is that a lot of leagues still want to play like very, very traditional basketball, and we don't want that. We have no desire to play traditional basketball. I mean, it's traditional basketball in name, right? The hoop is 10 feet high. The ball is round. The players are there, right? Yeah. But everything else, as far as point scoring goes and tech goes and everything in between, it is not traditional basketball. So that's where I think that I don't know. I don't find basketball boring. It's just not my favorite sport. And I think if you were to add, I know. And a ton of people do.
Yeah.
I will say there is nothing quite like the NCAA basketball tournament, right? I love buzzer beaters. I love the last 6 minutes of a basketball game. For me, like the first 3.5 quarters don't really do it for me. And there's so many blowouts in basketball that it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I got the ebb and the flow. You know what I mean? But again, people make fun of me, Jeff, because guess what my favorite sport to watch on TV is?
Golf. And I don't understand that.
Correct. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. John Gary, the IOC is going to vote on adding American flag football to the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. What do you think flag football would work for us? Yeah, I think flag football would definitely work for us.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if people want to watch that.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, you know?
The hard part about flag football is that the flags don't always come off.
Right. Yeah.
And if you rip at, it's like a tackle, but the tackle's more exciting, right?
Yeah, I played some flag football in my time, and I certainly would prefer my kids, if they want to play football, play flag instead of tackle at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
health reasons. But
yes,
I don't know if American audiences want to watch that if tackle is also still available. If we just all decide like, hey, let's not give adult humans concussions anymore. Let's just not do that. If we just stopped that and started flag, I think people would watch flag. But I think if there's tackle football available, I have a hard time thinking flag will take off, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Destroying and a lot of the YouTubers have 7-on-7 flag leagues, and there's a national flag league.
Yeah.
It is a safer-ish option. It's quick, it's fast. I mean, the Pro Bowl's flag at this point, right?
Yeah.
But I tend to agree with you. I don't know. Yeah, it's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, right?
Yeah.
It's yet to be proven, but do I think our tech could work with flag football? Absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah. There's no problem with that. Yeah.
It's built for that. And I think there's even a faster version of our tech that works for flag football with like predictive play calling, like some AI driven stuff, not predictive in terms of them predicting what you guys are going to call, what the fans are going to call, but predicting what the next plays upcoming should be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Mir Frank says, I too like watching people walk through nature with sticks. Is that a jab at golf? Because if so,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that.
Peanut FCS, is there any thought towards doing a partner sport with the NFL? No. Yeah, of course. There have been discussions at certain points, and the NFL is the NFL.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to do anything, they don't have to do anything, right?
Yeah.
They know that anybody that wants to come work with the NFL, they dictate the terms, Jeff, right?
It's they have all the money.
Yes.
They have all the resources.
Eyeballs. Yeah.
They can do what they want. Yeah.
Yes. John Gary says, how about a Thursday night football contest with the winner getting a trip to the fan controlled event of his choice? Not a one-off event, but there are going to be some extended events. Yes. I mean, we did that for fan controlled football. We're going to do something very similar, and it will be announced on Monday. Might even be better than a trip to your experience. That's awesome.
Better. Yeah. Do you see Boykin for MVP says golf equals nap time? To which I agree.
You guys are missing out on the greatest televised sport there is. It'd be a lot better if I was broadcasting it, Jeff. I'm just saying that. Right?
I don't doubt that for 1 second.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's why we need to fan control some golf so you can be the broadcaster.
I just want to make it more exciting. I want to make it more like a funkin' concert. Yeah. Every time you tune in, you're like, what is Macuga going to say on this shot or this hole?
Yeah.
Right. Like I want to walk away from a golf broadcast after 3 to 4 hours of broadcasting and be absolutely exhausted, spent, hoarse, everything in between. And I want the people to have watched be like, holy shnikes, Batman. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Right?
Just like
that's my goal.
He picked a 9-iron. Are you kidding me?
He was 120 yards out. What is he thinking? Right? Yes, that kind of thing. Like when your dad yelled at you from the Little League stands, like, quit aiming it. Josh, quit aiming it. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to literally lose my mind.
That's like me that was like me at the soccer tournament.
Yeah.
They're throwing the ball in from the side. Throw it toward the goal. Not.
The best is when a kid gets the ball at those soccer games, Jeff, and he's just going.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to go with it. Just throw it back in the game. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't
matter. Direction you want to go.
It doesn't matter. Just throw it towards things.
My favorite was, they start the half or whatever, or after a goal, they start midfield,
Yeah.
And the defending team has to be off the ball, and the team that, controls the ball, they get to decide. There's a kid in the center who gets to decide where you're going to kick it. Well, all these little 7-year-olds, they've figured out that there's this really cool thing you could do where you put your foot in front of the ball and then you kick it with your heel, backwards. And what invariably happens when they do that is they put their foot in front of the ball and they kick it backwards with their heel. And then the kid from the other team runs right by them, gets the ball, and scores a goal. Just like, because there's no one, it's just every time. And I'm like, kick the ball forward. That's
the goal is that way.
That's where you're going.
The goalie can't stop anything. John Gary coming in hot today. I think the NFL may be interested in the new merged spring league, which may be a major competitor for players. XFL, USFL doing their thing in the spring. It's great. It's fine. Us competing with them, we're not competing for the same eyeballs. We're more competing for the engagement of it all.
Yeah.
Right. Is we want people to experience football in a whole new way. We've said it from the beginning. And, the USFL was getting no viewers. The XFL by the end wasn't getting many either. And they were broadcast on ESPN. They were marketed fine. They did their best, but really and truly, it's a losing venture if you're not trying to do something new. And that's what we're really trying to do. I'm not trying to pull any punches here, like, hey, and insulting other leagues, because I guarantee you the USFL and the XFL in the minds of players is the step before the NFL, right? Like that's the step before the NFL. And there's a lot of guys that played there that either went to NFL teams or trying to get to NFL teams, or, I'm not saying a bunch of our guys played in the USFL or the XFL and the USFL. I'm not saying anything bad about those leagues, but it's just another football league, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we are, we've been trying to from the beginning, just trying to do something different. And that's, that's how this is always going to look. And maybe there'll be other football leagues, other fan controlled football leagues. Maybe there's a fan controlled tackle league and there's a fan controlled flag league, right? And those fan controlled flag leagues are a weekend tournament of, games are 25 to 30 minutes long, running clock, fast play calls. It's super high energy. There's 6 games a day, 7 games a day, no hitting. And by the end of the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you have a champion, and it's treated like a weekend soccer tournament, like your kid would have, Jeff, except that you don't have to yell at them as much.
Yeah. I like it.
Freddie Emerald, merged USFL, XFL got to keep experimenting with new rules and stuff. Can't just be NFL ball with sub NFL players. I'm worried how an NFL partnership might sway things for them there. I think it's a pretty legit.
Yeah. No, I think hopefully what draws people to FCSE is what you're saying, the differentiator, the thing that makes it special and different, and draws a whole new kind of generation of people to sports that might be more interested in interactive entertainment. It becomes interactive entertainment.
Totally. Yeah. And as FCF grows, again, like I said, I mean, there's places where we can merge things. We can play against other teams. It existed before in the IFL, I think, or was it the AFL, the Arena League? I think the first one. But yeah, like Freddie Emerald said, we can coexist with the IFL and the NAL and all the rest. I agree with Freddie.
Yeah.
There's enough football to go around.
Don't forget, you can suggest names for the show. We are also fan controlled here on the broadcast. You can suggest names anytime in the chat, and then we'll put a poll up at the end of the show, and you can vote, and whatever you decide is what we're called. That's why we're called several inches longer.
Yeah, because Patrick Dees' arms are several inches longer than his height. Is what he's saying.
Yeah,
so he's condor, if you will.
Condor.
Whereas I have, Amanda sometimes calls me lumbering, which I think means I have like longer arms than, but I've never really measured. I just know that I am a lumbering walker. Like I lumber,
Yeah.
Heavy on my feet. Yeah. That kind of, Patrick Dees, just got a text from Patrick Dees, Jeff Cannata. He says, please tell the folks I'm bummed. Couldn't be there, but I'm fired up about next week. He's fired up about the Monday announcement. And I don't want to go into Dees' personal life, but I do have to tell you why he's not here, Jeff.
Yeah.
He passed the bar exam on Tuesday.
Which congratulations, Patrick Dees.
Right? Yeah.
Finally, after many attempts.
Crazy thing is he didn't even go to law school.
No.
Just likes the law.
No, he just takes the bar. That's what he likes to do.
He takes the bar.
Yeah.
And so what happened was Patrick he took the bar a couple times. I believe he took the bar in New Jersey first, didn't pass, then went to Texas, didn't pass there. Then he went to Arizona, didn't pass there as well. But now in California, he took the bar for a 4th time. He passed. And the reason that he passed, Jeff, is because he's been on hold for a role on Law and Order forever. And he can finally now go and because he's a method actor, he can't just take that role without passing the bar.
They've been wanting him for a long time. He is the one that has been refusing because he says, I'm not ready until I pass the bar.
Correct.
Yeah.
He told casting directors all of that. And so today
respect him for it.
I would respect.
It's weird though, because he's not playing a lawyer on Law and Order. He's playing the defendant.
Which doesn't really make much sense. However, in a later episode, I believe he comes back. He learns how to defend himself in prison, right?
Yeah.
He takes a bunch of law classes, and
he
wanted to be ready for that. And so
strangely, the character is going for the arms too long defense,
which is, as you would call it, several inches longer defense.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
John Gary, how do you silence critics of fan-controlled sports that may be reluctant to give us a chance because they are used to the traditional format of events? It's impossible to silence critics, period. Their job is to blow hard and critique, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you see ex-players trash other players in the league. It's like, do you not remember when we trashed you and how shitty that felt? Like when LaShawn McCoy gets up on ESPN and calls Dak Prescott ass. Like he's ass. Now, hilarious. Okay. But Dak Prescott is still a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he's not, and the team isn't bad. Okay. They're pretty damn good. I mean, you guys destroyed them, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for you to go in there and be a little more eloquent with how you critique somebody is all I say when people, like when Richard Sherman came out, I was like, run the damn ball. That made sense to me. That was a good critique of what the situation was.
Okay? Yeah. Then if you're Sean Payton and you're just like, worst coaching of all time ever, and then you get your ass handed to you by the offensive coordinator, that's kind of fun too.
It's pretty rough. Yeah. But also hilarious, right?
Yeah.
So when we say silence critics, if you're a critic, I'm not here to convince you of anything. That's never
you're not going to win over everybody. I think the way you handle that is you just create the best thing you can create, and people either come to it or not. And if you don't get the critics, you'll get other folks. You just gotta make the best thing you can make. You know, I think that's what everybody at FCSE is doing, is just moving forward and trying to make the best thing they can make.
I mean, Jeff, there are probably 99.99% of critics that hated The Phantom starring Billy Zane. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Guess what? There's one kid and his dad that didn't.
Yeah.
And I will buck any of those critics and say, hey, was it a great superhero movie? You're GD right, it was. Okay.
Now,
was he an actual superhero? No.
Now, in every meeting at FCSE, when Josh stands up and says, we should be the Phantom of sports, no one agrees with him, right? No one. Not a single person. But he persists.
Correct.
He still wants
after year.
Wants to capture some of the magic of that horrific failure of a movie.
Mm-hmm. Billy Zane, Treat Williams, Kristen, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay. It's an incredible cast.
Yeah.
He's got a horse and a dog that's a wolf. Tell me.
Does the horse have a little mask on it? Is this am I making that up? That's my recollection. Is the horse?
Yeah, the horse. The horse has like a skull bridle.
Oh yeah, that's what
it is. Mask. It's not a mask. But the crazy part is that like it's a white horse. So everywhere you go, you're like, whoa, that's a white horse. Like he's not really like camouflaging. But yeah, I digress. Okay. Don't Jeff. What I want to do is I want to do a watch along with me and you and the Phantom. Okay.
I'm in.
And I want to pause it every time that you think it's bad and explain to you why it's good.
This would be a 12-hour long watch along.
All right, let's stop. We're a minute and a half in. Okay, stop. Speaking of 38-hour long podcast, Jeff, is the Bigfoot in Colorado real?
No, it's always a man in suit. It's always a man in a suit. Right? It always is a guy in a suit. Always.
Yes. Yeah.
But sick prank. Because like guy in a suit just walking in front of the train, you know, just that's cool. That's a cool
and
prank.
Then he just lays down.
It's just awesome.
So good.
That's a fun afternoon. If you're that guy, you're like,
really
so good.
Really is. So, okay. Let's just say you were Bigfoot. Okay? No, like you wanted to do this prank is what I'm saying. Like this is.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you got the ghillie suit. Everybody knows like a ghillie suit. Clearly, like, you know, that's a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
Would you go like furry or would you kind of switch it up and like maybe you're not that furry, but you're like a man, like a big man with leaves all over you, or it's like part of your body is hairy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how, because everybody thinks that the Bigfoot is going to be the Sasquatch, but what if it's not? What if the Bigfoot doesn't look like you think it's going to look?
Right. Like Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes, exactly. Lithgow. John Lithgow.
Or you just go full Predator. Just get the Predator costume and just walk around as the Predator and be like.
Yeah, that one. Yep. I don't know.
I want to do our list.
Let's do our list. I totally forgot. Okay. All right. So, again, huge announcement on Monday. Stay tuned. This Saturday, is possibly live from the Meadowlands. Hopefully live from the Meadowlands. National Thoroughbred League, fan-controlled stables, live picks and polls. You're going to get to see the final two races. We're partnering with the New Jersey D-Gens. Drew Austin, one of the owners of the Knights of D-Gen, is part owner of the New Jersey D-Gens, part of the National Thoroughbred League. Two races, and you'll be able to see the horses, and you know we're working on what a fan-controlled stables idea would look like. Like I said last week, once we own a few horses and we can like live stream their feeding, we can live stream their prepping and their grooming, and you can even like maybe talk to the horse and be like, hey, I want to give it a treat. And then the trainer goes up, he's like, hey, this treat is from D Factor. And D Factor's like, oh man, I gave a horse a treat. Oh, that's so cool. Right? And thanks to D Factor for subscribing 31 months in a row. And
Yeah. Wow.
okay, so Dees isn't here, but
he loves a list.
he loves a list. And in his honor, we're going to be doing our top 5 favorite lawyers. No,
I was like, uh-oh.
lawyers.
Corbin Burnson from LA Law.
Done. Ian, what's the McDermott? Matthew McDermott? The guy from The Practice.
Oh, yeah. Dermot Mulroney.
Dermot Mulroney. No, Dylan McDermott. Dylan McDermott. Yeah, they're the same person.
Yeah.
We did a sketch that we were about to air, and then Saturday Night Live aired almost the exact same sketch, which was like Dermot Mulroney is Dylan McDermott, right? And it was the game show on SNL, but ours was Bill Paxton is Bill Pullman in a Bill Pullman production of a Bill Paxton movie, just like doing that. Okay. Anyway, so everybody knows horse names kind of crazy. Okay. And in the tradition of like your middle name and the street you grew up on is your porn name or something like that, like Edward Hartwood. What's yours?
Mine is Ains Briarwood.
That's pretty fucking good.
Thank you.
Edward Hartwood and Ains Briarwood are basically Dirk Diggler and Chest Rockwell.
It's so true.
Okay. Oh wait, I got the graphic. Sorry, Jess. Let me do this too. I'm more. Yeah, the mic is muted during the new software, so I can't even do my song.
You can't do the song over because the mics are muted.
Dees loves a list. Dees loves a list. Master Chaos in the background, our producer says, well, that sucked. Yep. Yep. We'll be working on that.
All right, so we did our list of
horse names.
But you had a very specific formula to create them.
This is how the horse names are created. It's either the last thing you ate or your favorite meal mixed with some of your favorite sports teams or just sports teams in general. That's how it works.
Food and sports teams.
Food and sports teams together. Now, Jeff, did you interchange them at all?
I wanted to, but I never did because I wanted to respect your formula.
Okay. All right.
But I feel like I kind of wanted to, but I never did.
Okay.
All right.
Give me your list.
I had a hard time stopping because this is very fun.
It's a good game, right?
Food and sports team to come up with a horse. So, okay. So I'll start with one. Tiramisu Jazz. Right? Come on. That's a great horse. You're going to put money on Tiramisu Jazz, right?
That's a really good horse. Now, here's the thing is I would imagine that some of the singular, if you will, without the S is a better horse name. Right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. I singularized a lot of them. Yeah.
Because this is on my list, but because you went dessert first, let me retort. See what I did there? Yeah. Let me retort with another dessert. Mine is Funfetti Falcon.
Oh, that's very good. Funfetti Falcon is very good. That's very good. That's very good. All right. What about Enchilada Brown?
Oh, that's pretty funkin' good.
Right?
That's the most successful Browns player in years.
Enchilada Brown.
Enchilada Brown. That also sounds a little bit like a Quentin Tarantino character. Like it's like Jackie Brown's favorite sidekick.
Enchilada Brown solves crimes on the weekend.
Yes. Yes. 100%. How about Street Taco Red?
Ooh, that's good. Street Taco Red.
Not bad, right?
Amazing.
Not bad.
All right, I got
show
Dim
name.
Sum Avalanche.
This might be my favorite bit we've ever done on
I know. Dude,
so
I had to force myself to stop. This is so much fun.
Okay. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
It's very similar. Spicy Tuna Magic.
Yes. Spicy Tuna Magic. I don't know how many we're doing, but I have more than 5. So we're just going to keep going.
Just keep going. Keep going.
Cobb Salad Liberty.
He's a New York-based horse with a little bit of seasoning. I like him.
I like him.
Okay, here we go. Chicken Parm Raiders.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. I like that you kept the plural there. That's good.
That? Yep.
All right, this one might be my favorite one.
Okay.
I'm very proud of this one. This is like I would legitimately name a horse this. If I could afford a horse, I would buy it just to name it.
Jeff, if fan controlled stables is successful and we keep doing this, we will have horses that the fans will name. So this could be a horse's name.
All right, are you ready? This is one of my favorite ones.
Go.
Meatball Husky. Meatball Husky.
Meatball Husky coming around the outside. Meatball Husky, and down the stretch they come. Meatball Husky by a length.
So good, right?
That is really good. I can see it. I can see like the logo too. It's a dog eating a meatball.
That's right.
Yeah. Or Jeff, it's an actual meatball that's shaped into a husky.
It's the meatball in the shape of a dog, like
yes,
disgusting and dripping
in sauce. You think it's blood, but it's actually marinara. Freddie Airmail, Any Tizer Wild Ace. Oh, okay.
Any Tizer, that's nice.
Yes.
Any Tizer Wild Ace, very good.
Very good. It's Jay Spacely, the Washington Wasabi. Oh, so you flipped it there. You flipped it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Freddie Airmail, a meatball with husky limbs. That's pretty good. I actually wore husky jeans in middle school because I was a fat kid. How about that?
I got a couple more. I'll rattle them off. Okay, ready?
Okay. Oh, wait. D Factor. This is solid, Jeff. There should be a horse named after me. Name him Dees with it. Oh.
Dees with it. Okay. All right. Dees instead of deal with it. Dees with it. We do have our show name up right now, so you can vote on the name that we should be called next week. This very show. We got a third huge thing. Naysayers. That's very good.
That's good. I like that.
Better Call Dees.
Okay.
Buck the Odds.
Okay.
And then, of course, Tiramisu Jazz.
Tiramisu Jazz.
Which is leading the voting right now.
That is that's actually the name of I worked at an Italian restaurant in Pittsburgh. That's actually the name of the jazz band that played every Sunday nights.
Tiramisu Jazz. That's good.
They were a little thick, Jeff. They were a little thick.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax to the cool sounds of Tiramisu Jazz. They're creamy underneath, but hard and crispy on top. That's creme brulee. I'm thinking of creme brulee. Never mind.
It's full of lady fingers, and
there you go.
Creamy on the outside with a little dusting of your favorite.
All right, I got a few more. I'm going to rattle them off just because I was happy with them.
Yes, go.
Grilled cheese Sun Devil.
I think that might be my favorite. That is really good. Okay.
All right. How about this one? They got progressively more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Junior Whopper with cheese penguin.
Now you're taking poetic license, Jeff.
Yeah,
but the fact you put in a Pittsburgh Penguin in there, I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, corned beef, cabbage, fighting Irish.
That is pretty good. I had one of my favorites, the salami salukis.
Oh, that's very good.
Salami salukis, Northern Illinois, I believe is the school. I had the Gnocchi Seahawks. Is the horse's name is Gnocchi Seahawks?
Gnocchi Seahawks. That's
Gnocchi Seahawks coming on the outside. It's Jay Spacely. Teriyaki Titan. That's pretty good.
That's very good. Teriyaki Titan. Yeah.
Yes. Here we go. Freddie Airmail. Southern Illinois is the Saluki. Northern Illinois is the Huskies. I knew Freddie would get me there.
By the way,
Freddie.
Teriyaki Titan is what they used to call me when I walked into the wings joint. You know? Oh shit! Here comes the Teriyaki Titan.
Jeff, I just rip open your shirt. It's just like your own teriyaki sauces. I got to tell you a pretty personal story here, based solely on because you brought up a wing spot. So last night, had to run out on Monday is my dad's 75th birthday. And so I got a couple of birthday cards, and right next to the CVS there, Jeff, is a beacon of hope for all men. It's a wing stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to say women can't go to a Wingstop, but I will say my wife does not like Wingstop, and that's why I stereotyped it as such. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I had to be home in a relatively decent time because I had to make dinner. I'm the cook in our house. And so I needed to be home to make dinner. And I decided, against my better judgment, I was just going to run in there, have a quick some blue cheese, and take off.
Before dinner.
Before
Just a quick pre-dinner 6 pop.
A little appetizer, if you will.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Freddie. Happy birthday to my dad. But instead I ordered 6 more. I went the full quick dozen, Jeff. A few blue cheese dipping sauces later, and I will say, when I got home, Amanda was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh God, there was like some cop stopped the traffic right around, like I'm making the thing up." She's like, "Oh wow," and then she looked at me, Jeff, like she knew, right, that I was lying, and she's like, "Kiss me." She's like, "Kiss me," and I was like, "Okay," and she's like, "I knew it. I could smell it." Buffalo.
You're like, wings. Wait, you've never asked me to kiss you before.
How dare you ask me to kiss you? She knew right away. She could smell the buffalo wings on me, Jeff, and I was busted. But guess what? Those wings were delicious.
It was worth it. Yeah.
It was worth every wing. Yeah. Yeah.
You and I, we've talked about this before, that we have that in common, that we're both the cooks in our household, because we hate to eat terribly cooked meats.
Yes.
We actually enjoy meat that isn't dry as shit.
Just destroyed. Like that cow died for no reason. That chicken was murdered for literally in vain.
For you to cook it like that?
What about Jeffalo wings? Those aren't bad. Little
Jeffalo wings. Ooh, I'm into it.
Jeff, I will say, if it wasn't for the air fryer, I think we would have quit chicken a while back, but the air fryer has brought back chicken into my life, and it is so good.
I just did. I bought some drumsticks and put them in the air fryer just last weekend, and my goodness, was it delicious!
Right? The
20 minutes, 10 minutes per side. You just flip it after 10, put it in another 10. So good. Yeah.
You don't even have to look at it. You don't even have to have a meat thermometer.
It's real good.
It's really, really good. Again, a big weekend here for Fan Controlled Sports Entertainment. Tune in. We'll make sure to keep you guys posted on social media about Fan Controlled Stables, and if we will be live from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. But stay tuned on Monday. Everything is going live on Monday. It's huge. All next week are huge votes on the app. So make sure you update your app. You re-download it, the Control app, right there in the App Store.
Change your underwear. Buckle yourself in. Get ready. Yeah.
I think it's 9 a.m. Pacific, but it might be noon Pacific, but I'm pretty sure it's 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll get times out there for you, everything and in between. I'm just saying right now, you want to be in the app doing all of the picks and all of the polls, and more importantly, getting as many of the picks right as you can, and getting answering as many of the polls as often as you can. There's going to be a lot of them. So,
and if you don't have that app, can we get the QR code up again? People can grab that app. All you got to do is point your phone right there. Boom.
Let me see. Does that work? Oh, do it again. Oh, there you go. Oh, I got it.
Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look at that.
Got it, buddy. Oh, you took it away again. There we go.
I'm just playing with you now.
Jess, stop it.
She's messing with you. Messing with you.
Do we have a winner of the poll?
It looks like it's going to be Tiramisu Jazz with 50% of the vote. We still have some time left on there, but it's going ever so slowly.
Jeff, you know how we have to explain the title to Patrick and Leighton when they come on?
We should come up with something.
Yeah, really good.
Tiramisu Jazz. Yeah. You got to come up with a real humdinger of an explanation.
Jess Samola, can you do us a favor? I know we haven't clipped from this show in a minute, but it's just me and Jeff making each other giggle with food horse names. I think we could clip part of this out or maybe edit it down for a social media clip, because this is some of the most fun I've had on this show in a while.
Dude, this was a genius idea. Like I said, I had to physically stop myself from doing this more. This is great.
Thank you.
I want to own all the horses so that I can name them.
I mean, Jeff, think about the possibilities of like, okay, we buy a horse, we train him, he wins, then we stud him, and then we can name him like derivations of, let's say we got Tiramisu Jazz. then it stays in the tiramisu family. So then
Tiramisu
it's like
acid jazz, tiramisu,
holy shit, it's
tiramisu
crazy.
slow jazz.
Yeah. Then we go into Canadian football. It's like tiramisu Eskimos, tiramisu Rough Riders. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Tiramisu
man.
Canadiens.
I love it.
Tiramisu Houston Texans.
Let's not get crazy.
Let's not do anything insane. That's the show, Jeff.
That's the show. We did it. We did it. We missed you, Dees. We hope you're well. We hope your family is well. And we appreciate all of you folks hanging out with us.
And congrats on passing the bar.
Yes. Congrats on that upcoming Law and Order under 5 that you booked.
I know. It's pretty sick. I think
There
he's
it
like,
is.
not
Jimmy
again.
Smith.
Is his only line.
Not again. But he brings so much knowledge of the legal system. You feel it. You feel it. Yeah.
I one time went to an audition for a student film that was based on Madame Bovary. And I read the entire book before the audition. And guess what, Jeff? Didn't book it. And it was free. It was a free student film. I wasn't even getting paid. New York, am I right? New York.
New York.
Oh,
all right,
Freddie Ambrose,
folks.
disorderly conduct. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Thanks, folks. Hey, remember to get that app. Remember to tune in on Monday for the big announcements. We'll be here next Thursday to go over all of it with you. Until then, power to the fans.
Did you enjoy that video from Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment? Of course you did. What was it? I have no idea. This is a stock end card on YouTube. Subscribe.